How would you like to take a hot air balloon ride over the savannas of Africa or explore the Amazon rainforest?
You can do those things right now in Allentown starting tomorrow. It's part of Vinci Science Center's newest exhibit called National Geographic Presents Earth Explorers.
WFMZ's Melanie Falcon joins us now live with a preview. Melanie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, it's so neat how far we're going to travel throughout this morning, and we're going to do it all right here in Allentown at the Vinci Science Center. Check this out. This is the kind of the intro here to their brand new exhibit, which is going to debut on Saturday. So we're going to learn all about that exhibit. It's National Geographic Presents Earth Explorers, and to do that, we have Todd Cox with us. He's the director of exhibit experiences. So good morning, Todd. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, thanks for being here and for doing your Up and Atom segment here at Da Vinci Science Center in Allentown.
Absolutely. So talk to us about this new exhibit.
Well, this exhibit is from National Geographic, and it, as you said in the title, presents Earth Explorers, and it goes through 5 different biomes, which are environmental segments around the globe, and it follows the explorers. It follows what materials did they bring with them, and what did they find at these extreme locations throughout the globe.
Wonderful. And this has great visuals, great audio, all thanks to National Geographic, right?
Yes, it does, and that's the thing that attracted us. A group of us here got to see it in Chicago last summer, and we were really impressed with the level of detail that the videos have for each of these exhibits.
Very neat, and of course very hands-on, very interactive. Yes. As we say that, we'll walk over to kind of the first hands-on part of the exhibit here. Talk to me about exactly what this is. This is, yep, the Jeep. We're going to crawl in here, and this is exactly what anybody can do when they come see the exhibit, right?
That's correct. This is where the exhibit starts, and part of the exhibit talks about how did the explorers get to where they're going. Okay. So if you were in the savannah and you were in the African savannah, part of your travels would be in a Jeep just like this. And as you're traveling, you have to be careful for what's behind you.
Oh gosh!
Because
look in our rearview mirror,
mirror what's behind us. Those are some lions that are following us as we go. And this is actual footage that was shot during this segment of the explorers with National Geographic.
Oh, that's pretty incredible. I think we better put the pedal to the metal here.
I think we better
Speed
start
up
going
and
for
let's
the next
start
part.
on our journey, and then in about half an hour or so, we're going to be back. You never know where we may travel to, so stay with us. Back to you.
Well, it's an adventure like no other. You can come face to face with a shark or scale some of the highest mountains in the world, all right here in the Lehigh Valley.
It's part of the Da Vinci Science Center's newest exhibit called National Geographic Presents Earth Explorers. WFMZ's Melanie Falcon is live at Da Vinci for us this morning with a look at the exhibit. Melanie?
Hey, yeah, that's right. Earth Explorers is a very fitting name for this because we are exploring the Earth today. Now, you saw we just got out of our Jeep here and we're getting ready to go on our adventure. We're going into Africa. We're going to the savannah now. And I've got Todd Cox with me. He's kind of my tour guide for the morning. Also the director of exhibit experiences. And we're going to get in a hot air balloon now. Is that right?
That's correct. This is going to be the first stop of our adventure today. And we're going to go over the savannah and we're going to track migration of several different animals. And some of what they do, and one of the tools they use is a hot air balloon to do it. So we're going to venture into a hot air balloon for our first adventure today.
This is pretty neat. This is huge, I've got to say. All right, so let's get into our hot air balloon. And then we've actually got a screen, and you can see some of the herds there, and that's what you said we're going to be tracking, right?
That's right. And, you know, part of the exhibit is also for our guests to learn why would they use a hot air balloon. You know, these were some things that we didn't think about until we got this exhibit. And part of the reason that they use a hot air balloon is that they can track the animals and be as less intrusive. They can be up in the air, it's quiet, it's slow, and it doesn't spook the herd. So as you're watching that migration, you can view it without being involved with the animals on the ground.
Right. Okay.
And that's what you here. You're going to see migrations of happens to be wildebeest right there. You'll see zebra and also elephants.
Very, very neat. And we've actually got a little interactive part of the exhibit too. We can pull this up.
That's right. That's right. We're actually, yes, we're rising. We're rising up. And actually, we need to hit it again because we're floating down. So now we'll start going back up too. But again, this talks also about the science behind hot air balloons, and how does that work? And so it's all interactive right here. So there's a lot of information for kids of all ages.
Perfect. A lot you can learn, and this exhibit officially debuts on Saturday. Is that correct?
That's correct. It starts this Saturday the 30th, and it goes through Labor Day till September 7th.
Okay, and how do people get tickets? How can you come in here?
Tickets, you can do it online, or you can just show up at our Welcome Center and get tickets as you come through the door.
All right, wonderful. Well, I think we should start descending in our air balloon here.
Perfect.
And then you never know where we may turn up next. We're going to go to a different corner of the Earth on another adventure, so stay tuned for that. Even Hasiel.
How would you like to take a hot air balloon ride over the savannas of Africa or explore the Amazon rainforest?
You can do those things right in Allentown starting tomorrow. It's all part of Da Vinci Science Center's newest exhibit, National Geographic presents Earth Explorers.
WFMZ's Melanie Falcon joins us now live with a preview. Melanie?
Hey, good morning, guys. Now, you saw earlier we were up in the air in that hot air balloon. Well, now we've gone to the opposite extreme. We're underwater. Check this out. We are in a submersible, and we're about to actually go even deeper underwater. I've got my tour guide with me, Todd, back. So let's go ahead and take this down.
We're going to go ahead, and this is another one of the biomes, the ocean that we're going through. And you can see on the screens that we're starting to travel down to different depths and looking at different ecosystems that are at those different depths in the oceans.
Very neat. So we've got some fish here at this ecosystem that we're at right now, right?
Yep, some different oceans, and then we're actually going to go down even further here in a little bit to a little deeper where light can't get to. So you learn so many different things with each of these biomes that we visit.
Perfect. So this is all part of your brand new exhibit. It's officially kicking off here this weekend, right?
That's correct. It starts on Saturday, and it's here. It's called National Geographic presents Earth Explorers, and it's sponsored by ATAS and the Baker Foundation, so we're very thankful to have their support, and it's here Saturday the 30th through September 7th.
Okay, wonderful. Now, some other really neat things that you've got here. We obviously have all these really visual, interactive exhibits, and this is pretty cool, too. We've got my new buddy here. Now, this is an actual life-size replica of a great white shark, so this is what we would see out there, right?
That's correct, and this is an example of how they use a critter cam, is what they call it, where they put a camera on the dorsal fin so you can see the camera on the back of the shark to help track it and learn what sharks do. We can film them, but this gives us a chance to see it from the shark's perspective, and it talks on some of the videos as to how do they do it.
Okay, so you can learn so much in this exhibit, and of course really stunning visual imagery and sounds, everything. So just a really, really cool exhibit. So Todd, thank you so much. We've got one more adventure left to go on today. Where do you think we should go? I mean, you have so many different parts of the Earth.
I think the next one we're going to take you to is the rainforest.
Ooh,
so
neat.
That'll be our next adventure that we go to.
Perfect. That sounds good. So hang on for the ride. We'll be back for that in about half an hour. For now, back to you, Even Hasiel.
Well, it's an adventure like no other. You can come face to face with a shark or scale some of the highest mountains in the world, all right here in the Lehigh Valley.
It's part of the Da Vinci Science Center's newest exhibit called National Geographic presents Earth Explorers. WFMZ's Melanie Falcon's live at Da Vinci for us this morning with a look at this exhibit. Melanie?
Yeah, guys, we were face to face with that shark a little while ago, and I've got to say, it was pretty scary, pretty terrifying. But now we've moved into somewhere I think I'm a little bit more comfortable. We're in the rainforest of Central America, so very neat. We've actually got our whole tent set up here, and we even have some little lanterns hanging, a whole workstation set up in the middle of the tent, so it's really neat. And that's what this new exhibit is all about. My tour guide, Todd, he's going to keep things moving for us this morning. So talk to me about where we are and some of what we've got here.
Sure. So right here, we're in the rainforest in Central America, and what this shows us is the temporary laboratory that our explorers set up. So it shows what tools they use, what they have, and this would be an identical replica of what they would use in the rainforest as they're going on their expedition. Very
neat. So they actually stayed in a tent just like this and worked out of one?
And worked out of one, and you'll see around the exhibit, you'll see the tools that they used, from what was on their feet, from what their backpacks looked like, to even what their waterproof notepads and pencils to write in the rainforest.
Definitely would need that here.
Right.
I know, I can feel it's humid. So, all right. We're checking out some of the other exhibit. The neatest thing about this is all just the stunning imagery, the photography, the videography, all provided by National Geographic, right?
That's correct. And that's really what caught our attention on this. Not only all the educational things that we can learn from this exhibit, but just the visual impact as you go through each of these biomes is absolutely amazing.
Right. And then you've also got a lot of interactive, hands-on pieces to the exhibit. You've got lots of touch screens, different things you can interact with and you can feel and play with, and that's another big part of this. Also, you mentioned a new thing that you're doing with this exhibit that's really cool. You can bring along your smartphone or your iPad and tell us what we're going to do now that we're back in the jungle, by the way.
Right.
We're out of our tent.
That's right. We're out of our tent in the jungle. Part of this exhibit has something called augmented reality icons, and as you go around each one, it has an icon, and I'm not going to tell you which each one does, but we're going to show you what one does right here, and it's something new. A lot of the newer exhibits have things like this. So you're going to download this app free, and as you put it on, you'll see our friend there is a gorilla. That's part of the animals that inhabit the rainforest.
Very cool. So a lot you can see and do here in this new exhibit. And this, of course, the big grand debut is on Saturday. Now, how do people, if they want to get tickets, come check it out? How can they come here to the Da Vinci Science Center?
There's a couple ways they can do it. They can do it always online at our website. They can actually visit Top Star Express convenience stores. We'll have tickets. And then they can always just come right into the Welcome Center, to our front lobby area, and buy tickets directly here.
As part of your admission. Very neat. And then real quick, too, because we only have a few seconds left, but this is actually the first time that this exhibit has been east of the Mississippi, so you think this is going to have a huge draw?
We really do. I think the name National Geographic, that will resonate with a wide variety of audiences, but yes, this is the first time any museum or science center has had this. So not Philly, not D.C., not New York. It's Allentown is the first one east of the Mississippi, so we're excited to have it here.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited, too. This is pretty cool. So we're going to go trek out of the rainforest now. I'm going to have to kind of get my gear off, get ready to go. So we'll send things back to you guys now.